we're teaching at a new school now. So the new school, it's incredibly different than the last school we were teaching at. It's a Montessori school. So if you can imagine, they blend all of the grades together. So instead of having a first grade class or a second grade class, you will have a first through fourth grade class, and you put all of them together. It's kind of crazy.
Weird.
The fourth graders got to feel like, athletic powerhouses until they're fifth graders and get grouped with the rest of everyone else.
So we watched a class today that was 6th through 8th graders, and I was like, well, some of these are children, and that's a full-grown man over there. He's 6'2". He has a mustache. He looks like he can beat me up. Anyways, we have all of our players here, it looks like, that will be here this evening. I know that Game and Glaive will not be here. We are not allowed to kill him. That's what he said, which kind of sounds like a challenge to me. But if you are interested in earning a DM inspiration for this session, please give me a recap roll into chat.
All right, let's give this a whirl.
Pretty good whirl.
Yep. Anyone want to try beating 18?
Nah, I'm
Going
good.
once, going
Anyone?
twice.
Anyone? Bueller.
Sold
Bueller.
to the Lotus.
All right. So, last session, we began with my character, the White Lotus, reuniting with the party from her trip into the Hells to see Asmodeus. We gathered up some supplies and whatnot and started making our trip to the hideouts of the hag that had been distributing hag crystal to the 10 towns. During the trip, Lotus revealed the deal that she had made with Asmodeus. The deal was that she would free one of Asmodeus' minions from Revel's End prison here in Icewind Dale. In exchange, she would be allowed to meet her father and actually talk with him for the first time in, well, for her it would be 20 years. There is a bit of a ticking clock here, as he gave her a month to do this, and along with that gave her two things: a key, which could open any arcane lock, and a companion of sorts, a imp, who Lotus, thinking that an imp would be a little bit of a tension getter in the area, said she transformed into something else, so it changed to an owl. This was something that our resident druid and animal communicator, Avlis, picked up on pretty quickly, that it was not an actual owl, but something transformed as one. But revealed itself, and everyone made sure to let it know that while it was keeping an eye on us, we'd be making sure to keep an eye on him. So, eventually, we did make our way to the hag's hideout, where we found a boat having moored outside. We were worried about the tenants of it and hoped that if they made their way inside, we would be able to find them and rescue them. As we made our way inside, we heard a strange whistling sound. Rather strange and foreboding tune. And we were greeted by a talking wolf. The wolf said that in order to continue, we would have to pass a series of challenges. First, we had to make our way through... Yep, we should definitely keep an eye on the imp there. In order to get to the wolf, it had some ice pillars that we had to navigate our way around through a series of skill challenges. Couple hiccups here and there, but we did manage to get past that. Next, we had to answer we were given a series of visions of sorts, I guess you could say. Those we did go through here. Don't remember all of them. I do remember Lotus's, where a wizard was being offered a strange tome made of human flesh. And Lotus, having been a big fan of Bruce Campbell movies, decided that nope, that was a bad idea and he shouldn't take it. So she passed that one with flying colors. And I believe we left off in the middle of that.
Absolutely. You can take a point of DM inspiration. You might need it for the following session that we have today. Now that we have done that, we have to earn some factspiration, gentlemen. How we do that is by answering some questions about yourselves, letting us know who your character is by telling us your Thane facts. So, getting us started this evening, Akia, can you tell us your Thane fact?
Certainly. It's pretty short. Akia makes people angry by telling them that they should move somewhere warm. Because people are always complaining about the cold. And for a long time, Akia would just say, oh, if you don't like it where it's cold, you should definitely move someplace warm. And they have no idea that how they come off when they say that.
Mm-hmm.
And they might have made some enemies, unbeknownst to them.
Absolutely. You know how much people hate when you say that? How I know is because I tell people that all the time. Oh, it's cold in Indiana during the winter? Who could have guessed? I don't make a lot of friends, guys, is what I'm trying to say. Akia, you have earned factspiration. And don't even get me started on my attempts to get my spouse to move somewhere warm. The javelinas are calling our name. That's the wild pigs that live in Arizona. Speaking of javelinas, Avalis, who's one with nature and animals.
It's a dry sheet. It's okay.
That's right, exactly.
So you guys may know, the Avalis has struggled with, the whole nature versus nurture on if, he identifies more as an Eladrin or as a Yeti. But one thing he has never considered is remaining a part of the 10-town society forever. He sees that as very temporary. And even though he is with Michonne right now, and he clearly has not talked to her about this, but he doesn't see himself settling down in the 10 towns and staying there forever. He doesn't know what's next, but it's probably either going back to his tribe or finding his people.
He is going to be devastated.
Won't that be a fun conversation?
Absolutely. You have earned factspiration. Let us move forward to Alicia.
Back in Baldur's Gate, when Alicia was kind of performing their services there, there was a particular shop that sold, I guess, the equivalent of what would be kind of gunpowder in our world. I think it's called smoke powder in Faerun. Occasionally would like to buy candles and non-loud fireworks, kind of to set off for some of the children, just to kind of brighten their moods during the nighttime. But then someone apparently destroyed the shop. I don't know. No, that was just my playthrough.
Oh my gosh.
No, but everything else except for that last part is what Alicia would have done back then.
I got it. Well, let's give Alicia a factspiration point. She might need it going into the effects, this session that we've got going on right now.
What? No, it's fine. It's all fine.
It is all fine. It is all fine. Fine and dandy.
Everything is
well-
fine in Bossing Say.
It's been a while since I saw Avatar. Let us find out from our friend Lotus what their Factspiration, or not fact, excuse me, their Thane fact is this week.
Sure. Well, as I've said before, Lotus is definitely a big fan of Major League Baseball, and as such, she has a very strong opinion on the designated hitter rule. Her view is that in modern day baseball, the pitcher's skill set is very refined to pitching, and as such, doesn't need to bat. It's like, and it's not like your pitcher was ever really that good in your batting lineup anyway. And, so it's the same, and she feels the same way that the designated hitter. The designated hitter is very skilled at hitting. It's all they do. It's all they need to do. So she doesn't really see what the problem is. Which will be interesting, I imagine, when she comes back to Earth one day and finds out that in the intervening time, Major League Baseball, much like they have in real life, has decided, hey, everyone's got a designated hitter now.
Mm-hmm. We got to protect those pitchers, man. Well, you have earned a Factspiration, and I need to take us to the Cauldron Cave. You all are in the tip top of the Cauldron Cave, standing near the Winter Wolf, who has been putting you through the challenge. The 3 Howls. You all have given your answer to the questions, the scenarios the wolf has put in front of you for the howls of the future. We did a cliffhanger ending of the Winter Wolf before it could give you its answer. The Winter Wolf's maw spreads into a wide smile. And as its smile reaches its ears, the infernal whistling finally stops. It looks to you all and says, "You have passed. With passing the trial, you have earned a boon. Step forward, and I will award it to you."
Insight check?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sure. Wow.
Well, all right, nat 20s.
Wow, okay then.
You know without a shadow of doubt the creature means to deliver you the boon that you have earned by passing the trials of the 3 Howls. There's no deceptiveness about it.
Akio will step forward. They want a boon.
Mhm.
They want to see what it is more than anything.
All right, Akia, you step forward. It says, "You get to fly for the rest of your life," and it pushes you over the edge. No, I'm just kidding. It delivers you the boon of the moonlit path. As it boops you with its snoot, an aura surrounds Akia, giving off a light reminiscence of the moon. You also receive a protection from deception. Your aura, for as long as the boon of the moonlight path lasts, gives you advantage on saving throws against illusions and resistance to psychic damage.
Intriguing.
The path forward within the cavern is filled with illusions and danger. Find the light, and you will be safe.
Find
And-
the lights.
It will go and it will boop Gaiman with its snoot, giving him the boon of the moonlit path. And if you all allow, it will go on a booping spree, booping everyone.
Alicia, I do believe that is the same recommendation that you got in your divination.
Quite similar. I think it overrode my light spell. Yes, it's quite similar. Well, at least that gives some validation to it.
Are we still up, like way up high? Because I remember we were like lifted up on pillars, and we're like, and then a bridge, and going up to a
Oh, yeah.
precipice.
The wolf says, "Do you wish to continue your trip through the cauldron to stop the mistress deep within its depths?"
I believe so. Kia turns to the rest of the group. We do
Oh.
wish to continue, don't we?
Yes, that is why we are here. It is curious to me that you would assist us in this endeavor.
I grow weary of her, and that is all. I wish to no longer exist with her in this cave. That is why I tested you, to see if you were strong enough. And you are.
What would your freedom require?
My freedom? I have it. But I want this cave. It's cozy, and I know it well. And I wish her gone, and I can sense that you all want the same.
Ah, roommate issues. Tale as old as time.
Unfortunately enough, our HOA is non-existent.
So the wolf returns us to this spot that's on the map.
You asked the wolf to?
When the group says yes, Akil will turn back around and say, "Yes, please."
The wolf will look to you all and say, "Well, then all you have to do is whistle. Do you know how?"
Sure, I do. And Lotus starts whistling the Andy Griffith theme.
As you begin whistling the Andy Griffith theme, a thick blanket of fog and smoke starts to rise from the floor. And as the smoke slowly dissipates, you are back in the bone-filled room without the winter wolf by your side.
It's the others. Oh, it's from this play my mother used to watch when she was a child. She would turn it on sometimes, and we'd watch together.
It's a catchy tune.
Akia tries not to step on too many bones as they pass across.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Right. Any of these skeletons look particularly out of place, like a sea serpent or something. I don't know, or a whale. I don't know. Just, something just weirdly out of place.
Give me a perception check.
Seems like a dead end.
You find there are several bones of local fauna, animals and such. You even catch the odd bone that looks vaguely humanoid, but nothing that you would call completely out of the ordinary.
Hagatha, can you sense where we go now?
Yeah, we shouldn't have followed in here. I don't know why we were following that whistling wolf. Anyways, here, follow me, everybody, and watch out for my tentacle slime. And you see that she leaves a snail trail wherever she goes.
Yeah. Do we see a path of light anywhere in particular?
Well, you all are giving off a path of light, and because you all are now all glowing.
Just to confirm, the whole time that we were doing the trials and whatnot, I had see invisibility up. Did I see anything while we were doing our?
You did not see any other invisible creatures.
Okay. And how long did that take?
That took a relatively short amount of time. You guys were only in there, we will call it 10 minutes. So I will reflect that on our clock.
Okay, so I still have it for like 50 more minutes.
There we go. The hag that you have summoned will say, we gotta go this way. Come on, everyone.
Since we're in a hurry to make use of our boon, I will use a spell slot to heal myself.
And the hag says, be careful in here, it's slippery. I don't have feet, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
Yeah, because she has tentacles, because she's got an octopus body.
Wait, do my boots? This would classify as difficult terrain caused by ice.
That's correct.
Then I am walking fine.
If you have the boots of the Winterlands,
yep,
you are good. Something in here feels a little strange. The hag, homeopathic hag, leads you into this room, and I will tell you what you see within it. The chill in this cavern, seems to seep into your very bones. 3 large pillars encased in a thick layer of ice rise from the ground like silent sentinels. The wind's mournful cry resonates through the chamber, giving a voice to the cave's name.
Well, since our hag is saying there's something seems weird, I guess perception checks are in order.
Yes, if you'd like to look more in depth at the pillars, you could do a perception check.
Starting off great.
Akia, there is something encased within the ice of the pillars.
I'll get closer, see if I can see what it is.
The ice is quite opaque from the outside. From your current position, looking from the outside in, it is hard to see what is actually encased in the ice.
You said it's a pillar, so it doesn't look like it's like bearing the weight of the ceiling or anything, right?
These are not load-bearing pillars.
Okay. There's something inside, but I can't make out what it is.
Lotus Soul, step forward, dupe, and dupe. Shota sort of tap the side of the Flavy mask. Say, Flavy, can you analyze? Can you see, tell anything about what's inside the ice?
Lady activating. Need from Lotus to access arcane database. Your DM will ask you to make an Arcana check on the pillars as you are analyzing them. With a 12, you actually notice Lotus points out that there are runes on the pillars, written in the same script that was present on the outside door that you all deciphered in the element puzzle.
Oh.
Akia, you could read giant, can't you?
Yes, of course. I talk to gay men in Giant all the time.
Oh no. Did you learn Giant from Gaiman?
No, Akia
Because
knew Giant before they met Gaiman.
if you had said yes, I'm like, well, he doesn't know how to read Giant, so how did he teach you how to read it? No, just kidding. Okay, so you look at the runes. They do not spell out a sentence or a phrase. They are runes for the word release or energy on all three of the pillars.
But what would we release, and what would we be energizing?
Probably best we look around and investigate some more before we start messing with them.
What would I think would happen if I just tried to melt it with a bonfire?
Well, currently you know what the runes state, which is release or energy. So far, you know that there's something trapped in the ice. You know that the pillars aren't supporting the weight of the cavern. That's all of the information that Akia has in the situation.
Would anyone be bothered if I tried to melt some of the ice away? And Akia will just get closer, and not hearing any objections, will try to melt the ice with some flames. They
Okay.
just let out a little bit of the chemicals they use for their create bonfire spell.
So as the flames begin to lick, and this is the pillar you're going after?
Yes.
All right, I need to grab you guys all and put you into initiative.
It's like Baldur's Gate 3, where it's like you mess with something and it's like turn-based mode, and it's like, oh fuck.
Give me a second. No.
Who touched the chest?
It's like, Astarion, was it you?
I'm sorry, my dear. I found something interesting within us. I'm so wonderfully camp.
You know I can't touch it without you making me click it.
Completely appropriate. So, as your magic licks over the pillar begins to destabilize. The ice begins to crack as shivers begin to move through the pillar. Or through the cavern, excuse me. As the pillar collapsed, shards of ice fly out in all directions. So, for this first round, let me begin. And it looks like Akia won. So, Akia, on your turn, because you guys are surprised by this, because no one could have saw this coming. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please? Okay, so you're only going to take half of this damage. Let me roll that damage for you. So Akia is impaled for 6 points of cold damage, or excuse me, this is piercing damage, as shards of ice lodge themselves into your body. Immediately after the shards of ice, there is a chilling wind that bursts through the cavern into your body. So can you give me a Constitution saving throw, Akia? Okay, you're nailing these. Okay, perfect. You're good. Okay,
I've been
this is-
impaled.
you've been impaled. This is going to be quick. Avalis, can you give me the same save?
I don't
Dex
wanna.
and con. I don't wanna do it. Dex and con for Avalis, please. All right, a 14 and a 6. Okay, so we're just going to use the same damage. So you take 12 piercing damage as you are impaled with ice. Since you failed, you will take. It is 5 cold damage. If you're resistant to cold, it would just drop to 2. And you have disadvantage on the next check that you make before the end of your next turn.
Okay.
So I'll give you the disadvantage. And I know I'm doing this kind of slow, guys. I just want to make sure we get everyone. All right, the hag is going to go. She's like, oh no. She makes a save. She makes a save. She also double fails. Oh, and Avalis, you made 2 saving throws for damage there. Can you give me 2 concentration save throws there?
Oh, right. She's just gonna disappear.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right.
I will throw a thing on that. I'll be like, concentrate, Avalis. I believe that applies to saving throws. Yes, saving throws.
Yeah, it's a artificer. Really good. It's got a lot of good abilities. So you don't lose concentration.
Whew, that would suck.
All right, so she's going to take 12 points of damage from the piercing. She takes 5 damage from the cold, and she has disadvantage on the first save she makes. All right, I will roll for Gaiman. Gaiman saw it coming. All right, Gaiman is good. No problem. He has so many hit points, y'all.
He's a
barely did-
barbarian.
That barely did nothing. All right. Alicia, same thing here. I need a dex save and then a con save.
Oh wow, I'm back here.
Mm-hmm. This pillar, like it was like a works bomb, and he put the exact right amount of works into those aluminum balls. Okay, so you would take 12 points of piercing damage as you get hit with shards, and then you would only take 2 points of cold damage if you're resistant, you would drop it to 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, and then last but not least, Lotus. Dex
Alright,
save for the
Dex
piercing.
first.
Oof.
6. Alright, and then Constitution.
Okay, you get a natural 20. So you succeed, taking half damage, and I know that you're resistant to cold, so you would take a quarter. So I believe you would only take 1 point of damage from that. The shape that you saw stuck in the ice, Akia, falls out and plops onto the ground. It is a formless white puddle of goo. As it hits the ground, it begins to slop and churn, and it begins to shape itself into a more humanoid shape. Teeth and claws form as the body elongates and stretches.
It would seem that I've activated a double trap. I'm sorry.
It looks very wraithish in its appearance as it forms from the ground up. Anybody? Let me just make sure when I pull this bad boy out, it's going to have a token. Perfect. All right. And it appears. as it looks at you as such. It glares at you with its formless face, ready to attack, as it will roll itself into initiative. Righty, it is going to take a turn here, and someone is going to get the opportunity to steal if it ends up doing damage. It looks at you all, licks its lips, and prepares to attack. It is an Akia right next to it, so it's going to target Akia. Akia, the Frost Wraith, is going to make 2 slam attacks.
You're free? You're free now. You can leave.
I will leave after I take your body for myself. So it'll make 2 slam attacks against Akia. It has you targeted. It's got its evil circle going. Here we go. Slam the first. Oof.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, a 17 doesn't hit.
That was scary. I just saw the 19.
Slam
Roll
the
it.
second. Oof. Close but no cigar as it attempts to slam into you. The creature then begins to fly up into the air. It will fly up 30 feet, and then it will travel over here to close to this pillar, seeing that you don't have your reaction. All right, going into the next round. All of you all were damaged, so who wants it by the trap?
If you guys like, I can take it, so I can go ahead and get the haste, my double haste off early.
I don't know if we'll need it for this, but I mean, yeah, I feel like that's what
True,
you're
true.
thinking.
Yeah, we should probably save that for later then.
Yeah,
All right,
we still
someone
got
else
a
can take
hag
it
to
then.
fight.
Right. All right, I'll keep that on the back in my pocket then. So yeah, someone else can take it.
uh,
It's always a good idea to have Gaiman go first.
Oh, true. Yeah, I say let's let Gaiman take it.
All right, Gaiman says, "Let me at that frozen motherfucker. I'll show it who's boss." And Gaiman will steal. It looks at the creature. "Why don't you come down here and fight like someone who's got a big pair of brass hangers?" And will run the creature down. Gaiman looks at his inventory, quickly opening up his golf bag. He says, "You wait just a goddamn minute. This is perfect." And he pulls out his oversized longbow and shoots an arrow at this creature. And he is currently not enlarged.
did he rage for this?
He did not. He heard you guys talking about not going all out, so he's like, maybe I shouldn't go all out. So he fires a longbow shot at the creature. It hits the Winter Wraith. The arrow does not seem to grab fully in the creature as Gaiman gurs, and he will fire. He looks back to you all and says, "I only got Rimaray's arrows left. Should I use them on this bitch?"
How many's he got?
11.
Seems like a good use for Rimmeraz arrows.
You're right. Thanks, Akia. He'll shoot a Rimaray's arrow at this guy. And it will hit. And because it's a Rimaraz arrow, It's going to deal a little extra damage. Oh, it turns the damage from piercing into fire damage. And because of that, you guys see something crazy. As this creature erupts into flames, you learn that it is vulnerable to fire, as it's just like, ah!
Vulnerable to fire, you said.
And Gaiman says, let's light them up, boys. And
I
the
didn't ask how
winter
big the room was.
I cast Rimarize Arrow. The creature will go to steal because it was shot. Once, twice, soul. The Winter Wraith will steal. The Winter Wraith flies this direction. It has a very fast fly speed. It sees there is an Avalus down below.
What?
It's going to drop to a height of about 20 feet. 10 feet's actually fine. It had the speed to do so. It will multi-attack, and it's going to throw 2 of its ice daggers at Avalus. Here's Ice Dagger the first.
Yeah.
So an Ice Dagger is lodged into Avalus. So while you have this Ice Dagger lodged into you, at the start of each of your turns, you're going to take 1 cold damage. Additionally, the Wraith knows the direction and distance to the target, as long as you all are on the same plane of existence. A creature, including the target, can use an action to remove the dagger from the creature's flesh with a successful DC strength saving throw, or if the dagger takes 2 fire damage. So, from the actual attack itself, you would take 7 points of damage as it's lodged in your flesh, and then it throws a second one.
Yep.
And you guys see Avalus has 2 ice daggers. For flavor, both of them are sticking out. One of his right leg, the other of his left leg. Bringing back a very evocative scene from a certain pet detective. All right. With that,
It's in the bone.
that is the creature's turn. Would you like to steal Avalus?
Yes.
Avalus, you have 2 ice daggers sticking out of you. At the start of your turn, you would take 2 points of cold damage.
I am resistant, so would it be 1?
Correct.
Okay. But it'd be a minimum of 1 for each dagger anyway, right? So would it still be 2?
We'll say that it is cumulative, so you will just take 1 point of cold damage for that.
I guess I'll spend my turn instead of flame bolting the wraith. I'll flame bolt the daggers.
You can just shove both of your knees inside this bonfire.
17. Do I need to make any sort of attack roll, or I guess a damage roll? I guess, right? So let me flame bolt.
Absolutely. All right, so you're able to melt, I would say, the daggers with your firebolt spell as they melt, leaving behind just some shallow wounds from the daggers imparting themselves into your flesh.
All right. Bonus action. I would like to check my scouter just to see what else is up. This is a
Elemental.
Undead? Elemental. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, not much.
So this creature has the dark vision. It has a very poor passive perception, and it has 10 hit die.
I'm also going to get the heck out of her sight because she hurt me. Bad touch.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I'll pass to Lotus.
All right, Lotus, you are up.
All right. First, I gotta move so I can try to find this thing. Oop, there it is. All right. Yep. So go ahead, bop here. Let's see here. Like I said, no need to go out all out just yet. So in this case, I will go ahead and up here. Then I will go ahead and chuck a firebolt at the wraith.
Excellent.
Take up my pitcher stance, and then as I wind up pitch it, say it's like, hey wraith, think fast, and I try to beat it with my fastball.
Excellent. Let's see what you pitch out for it.
14.
Let's see. A 14 does not hit the creature.
All right. In that case, I'll go ahead and move back this way. Get away from it. Do loop. All right, and then I will go ahead and pass to Alicia.
Alicia, you're up.
Oh, there it is. But it's 10 feet up in the air. Target it and throw out a conviction.
Okay, 25 definitely hits this creature, and it takes 15 points of radiant damage.
And Avalis, you get 7 temp HP.
Thank you. Oh, do I get a save against a disadvantage? Or
so you made it. So it's just the first roll you make.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stand my ground. Bonus action. I'm gonna use Scouter.
Excellent. Oof.
Rolling great. All right, that's it for me.
Okay. Would you like to pass to Akia or the Sea Hag?
Oh, we'll pass to Akia.
All right, Akia, you're up.
Okay. Hey, Avalis, I have been trying to find a way to convert your magic into artifice. And I'm going to try to charge up a lightning bolt.
Okay. A 16 will hit.
All right.
Impressive.
And then I will fire again. I believe I have extra attack with this. But just if it hits, it won't get the extra d6 at the bottom. The extra d6 is only on the first hit of a round.
I gotcha. All right, a 13 is a miss.
All right. Yes, it needs greater capacitance before it can match what you did earlier. And then I will pass to the Sea Hag.
Alrighty, the Sea Hag is up. It's got disadvantage. It also doesn't have any ranged abilities. So it is simply going to. Oh, this is. I guess actually, Avalos, you can control this creature because you summoned it.
The hag, yeah, sure. I know what hags do. Let me open up that sheet. She's gonna. Where'd it go? Oh, she's gonna look at it. And I assume. Oh yeah. Did it on its turn make a roll?
It is not a humanoid.
Ah, son of a gun!
It's an elemental. Also,
that's right. So I'm not gonna do that. That's
any
fine.
humanoid that starts its turn within 30 feet of the hag. Aren't you all humanoids? And aren't you any?
But it's on our. But it's a part of our crew. So
It just
She
said
wouldn't.
any. It didn't say. Does it say? Hold on. What's it look like? Yeah, it says any. So the first words.
But it says and can see the hag's true form. So one, she can hide her true form if she chooses, because that is something hags can do. They have
True.
illusory appearance.
Has she been hiding her form this whole time?
And I warned everybody not to look at her.
That's
Did.
true.
So two things, because she can do this,
Mhm.
and we can also not look at her.
That's
So
true.
the fact that she's under our control makes me think she's not going to try to, frighten us.
That's true.
She's Faye.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying. Faye is like, sure, I'll do that while
Yeah,
they're crossing
yeah.
their fingers behind their back.
Yeah, Fagin a Faye. Well, it's not frightened, so I guess all she can do is claw. I'm sorry, she doesn't have a multi attack. She's going to single claw.
It's also 10 feet in the air.
Oh, son of a gun. Well then she's gonna dodge.
There we go. Yeah, not a lot of powers there, but you do control initiative going into round 3.
I'll pass to Gaiman.
Damon says, "How dare you run away from me, you piece of shit!" And he turns around, aiming his bow at the Winter Wraith, and he will take 1 shot. And that is a critical miss, as it
Oh, jeez.
as the arrow breaks against the wall, and he'll shoot a second time. And that is a natural 20. I need to turn that into a crit. All right. Let's see here. The creature will take the critical damage, and it is doubled because it is fire damage, and it starts to scream in pain. And Gaiman says, "Oh, got the bugger that time." And the creature will steal because it was damaged. All right. It will land. And as it does so, I think this is the best it's going to be able to do. It will open its mouth as wide as it can. And it's going to do a breath weapon.
That's rude.
Yeah, I think it can only get 4 of you guys, so it's just going to do...
Don't fall into its mouth, Alicia.
It's going to do the 4 of you guys that are standing in front of it. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Holy fuck.
But this isn't too bad, because I think all of you guys are resistant to cold damage.
Still, though, wasn't expecting that. Also, rolling great.
The high noon luck continues.
Ugh.
So if you failed and are resistant, you would only take 16 cold damage. If you succeeded and are resistant, you would only take 8 cold damage. The creature, I'm never gonna get a body this way.
You sure
so what
as
it's-
hell aren't. Reaction.
Uh-oh.
I need to make a dex save.
Oh no. This might be the end of it.
Passes.
So it succeeds, but takes the full damage. Because it would take 8 doubled to 16.
Yep.
The creature is beyond bloodied. It is barely holding on. It looks at you all, and it is going to try to run away. Leaving Alicia's threatened square. So that was 30 feet.
Well, I use my reaction.
Oh, that's true. Let's see, it runs. It has used 10 feet of fly speed, 30. Okay, that's about as far as it can go. A bunch of you guys were damaged.
I will steal.
All right, Alicia will steal.
Still see it.
Mm-hmm.
One second. Okay, yeah. here. Fire a conviction at it.
How strong is your conviction? A 14 is a miss.
How bad do you hate this creature?
Not undead, it's elemental, so I'm neutral.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna walk back.
Yeah.
So I'm not that convicted. Bonus action, I will. How many do I have? That will be it for now. I'll
Okay.
pass it to Akia.
Yeah, you're up.
I want 2 chances to hit it, so I'll use my lightning launcher. It seems like a good idea.
Sure. Akia, tell me, what happens as you drop this creature to 0 hit points?
It does that video game electrocution animation that when you see their skeleton, but it's like that character didn't even have a skeleton. Why is it showing that animation for it? They just applied the electrocution animation to everything.
It's true. So as it explodes, there's a loud bang, a puff of smoke, and the combat ends. In the dust of the exploded pillar, those who stayed within the cave noticed something interesting. There's a faint glow emanating from the rubble of the collapsed pillar.
When the elemental was destroyed, was there anything left behind?
Only space dust, as you completely obliterated it.
Sorry, everyone. I set off 2 traps in one. My curiosity has gotten more people injured.
Perhaps we should be more cautious going forward.
I will look from here at what is in the pillar.
You see a faint blue glow emanating from the rubble.
While that's going on, I'm going to, because I don't know how, if we're gonna have time for specifically arresting, I'm gonna pop a or a vitality.
Gaiman would heal to full with only 8 hit points of that.
He can take the 7 and then 2 1s. So yeah, he'll take 9 from that.
Cool.
So still 47 left.
I'll get closer and look at it real hard. I want to touch it so bad.
I bet you do, you dirty, dirty robot. There's a Thursday night crew who still hasn't learned their lesson about touching magical things without being careful.
No, yeah, perhaps we should look around some more before we start touching things.
Within the ice and stone, you see there is a small, intricately carved totem. It appears to be made of stone and etched with runes.
I assume this is what created the trap. Or possibly it was containing the elemental. I'm not sure. Could I do some sort of investigation to determine which part of the trap the totem was associated with?
Yeah, you could do. This would be Arcana. Okay, you know that probably the magical reaction to your spell was for sure caused by this totem, and the buildup of energy being trapped within the pillar created maybe a gateway to the elemental plane of ice that caused the wraith to be stuck within the pillar.
I'll explain that to the group.
Avalis, you get 18.
Thank you.
So the small, intricately carved totem still lies upon the ground within the rubble. You can make out that it looks roughly like this.
Interesting. Do I recognize the figure at all?
You could give me
Crayon Man.
It's Crayon Man, Mega Man's greatest nemesis. Mega Man who shoots lasers, and Crayon Man who has a giant crayon that he beats people to death with. Yeah, give me a history check to see if you could potentially recognize this thing.
All right.
You're drawing a
12.
blank.
Definitely Crayon Man.
Kia, you got 16.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. I had to make sure my math was right.
I hate to be that guy. Can I also do a history check?
Yes, but at limiting returns. The DC is now parting. Yeah, you're not sure who this creature is, based upon your history check.
Okay. Gaiman, would it be unethical of me to take this and research it?
I don't see why not. We found it. We killed the fucker who was guarding it. So by right of conquest, it does belong to us.
Alright, I just don't want my experiments to get unethical. I'm going to get like a piece of cloth to wrap it up in and try and shove it in my backpack. And as I open my backpack to try and shove it in, Kumakyu's like, because it's been stuck in my backpack for hours, trapped in there between two books and a pair of tongs or something.
Excellent. Now, if you wanted to learn more about the item, you could do a Arcana check on the item itself. You could cast an Identify spell, but to learn all of its properties, you would either have to spend an hour checking it out, or cast Identify.
I will identify it later, I think.
Okay.
Unless, wait, Alicia's taken. How long does that spell take?
A minute.
Okay. All right. Next time we have 10 minutes, I'll cast Identify on it. Do we feel like our boon of the moonlit path is going to give out over time?
You guys aren't sure. The wolf was being, some might say,
Cagey.
I was going to say, he withheld that information.
Is there obviously a moonlit path through here? If we just look around, is there a path that like the moon is coming through one way and not the other?
You see that there is a passage up ahead that is not moonlit. The passage going to the south seems to have more moonlight carrying it through.
That was the passage we came from, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I listen out, do we still hear like the wind going through the cave?
Yes. In this area in particular, the wind here sounds like the moaning of lost spirits.
Where does it seem the less?
In this area itself, between the now two pillars, is incredibly strong. It is, as you head to the north, that moaning would decrease.
Alicia motions to go this way.
Yeah, let's all follow Alicia, Gaiman says. She's the only one who's got a good head on her shoulders right now.
Alicia, or Gavin, you sound so different.
I'm trying to find the perfect through point in Gaiman's accent. It's somewhere in Australia, I think. Or is he more like Billy Butcher? I'm not sure.
Ooh, Billy Butcher's actually kind of accurate. From these two directions, where does it sound less?
So there seems to be no moaning coming from Area 3. However, the moonlit path is definitely more dim in this area. Those who have strong perception do notice that there appears to be some sort of artwork on the walls in area here. In area here.
Well, earlier you said Area 3. It's like, I don't know numbers, so...
Yes.
Unless these places are marked with numbers.
They're marked for me, and that's what matters. They're marked for me, damn it.
You said that both left and right are equally dim.
So if you continue to travel in this direction that you're heading, the moonlight is getting more dim. If you headed south, from kind of the way the ice wraith was trying to escape, the moonlight would increase in its strength.
Did we miss a turn? It seems like we're going the wrong way. Maybe we should go back and double check.
It's gotten dimmer, but it's still there, correct? In this direction?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think we should continue to trust it. Or maybe not. This seems to be a room.
So, within this room, your light flickers across the northern wall, revealing a tableau of primitive yet poignant carvings. Stick figures towering over human and dwarf-sized markers. The stick figures process solemnly up a winding river. At the end of their journey, there lies a steaming spring. The figures submerge themselves within it. You do not see pictures of the giants exiting the steaming spring.
So, the giants are towering over humans and dwarves, and then they take a bath.
That's very weird.
Fascinating.
Could I check to see if I know this story? Or know a story that this relates to?
So, if you're trying to think what connotations this could potentially have, you can give me a history check.
Yes, please.
Uh-oh. Someone's stuck under a Kumaku.
It's okay. I can figure it out.
Ikea, the significance of the story seems to be completely lost upon you.
That's the second double nat 1 of the night.
So I just realized, I thought it'd be really great summoning the sea hag against another hag, but she can't do anything against the hag except her claws. girl got no magic. It's not her lair. Her horrific appearance and death glare don't work on the other hag.
Well, she's got knowledge.
She has
That's
knowledge. Yeah,
maybe what's important.
I'm hoping.
Gaiman will pipe up. Is there anything in here, or are we just looking at stick drawings?
It seems there's some sort of cultural artwork here, but no idea what it means. Maybe we can come back to this later.
Does anyone hear any whispers? We were definitely supposed to avoid those.
Still, these may be important, and Lois will open up her notebook to a blank page and just duplicate as best as she can, a rudimentary version of the drawings. It's like, what's interesting? I've seen like pictures of these before, of like older cultures from my world, but this is the first time I've ever seen them like in person. Like, you can always learn interesting things from these sorts of cave drawings about a culture's history.
I'm pretty sure they're insignificant stick figures.
Lotus will turn to you, Akia, and she looks flabbergasted, and she's like, Akia, look, these could be like give us an insight into the early days of a lost civilization.
Ikea
Or it could
looks
be graffiti.
real hard. Ikea is fairly certain that this was drawn by a child, with no significance whatsoever. But I will look around the room to see if we miss something, like check the walls and stuff.
Sure.
Alicia, if the light was guiding us this way, it might be broken.
So you guys could, if you're trying to find maybe something that might be hidden, you could do an investigation check within the room. And if you're going as a group, each member of the group who is interested could do an investigation check, and we'll make this a group check. So more members of the party need to succeed than fail.
All right.
I think you'll appreciate Avalos not participating in the check because he doesn't care. And he has no bonus.
I have a bonus, but I'm just gonna bring it down because I have been rolling shit. Yep, that tracks. I think of
There's
all
some-
the rolls that I've done so far, only one has been over a 15. Maybe
Now-
2 have been over a 10.
Now there is 2 of you who succeeded. Yeah. You notice that Gaiman is putting something together in his head, and he looks to you and Lotus and says, "This is maybe way out there, and maybe due to the crown's influence on me, but I think this drawing is this steamy bath. I think we're here. The steamy bath is this cave. We're where these giants went to bathe, or where they went to submerge their bodies."
Akia looks around warily. Do you think they might still be here?
But we haven't seen any giants yet. And you know they're hard to find, or hard to hide, the buggers.
I don't understand. Is there a hag here or not?
There's not, but I think this location itself seems important, but this room, not so much. It does give us an insight into that there's at least some sort of importance of this place.
Yes. If anything, this tells us that the hag is certainly not the first resident of these caves.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna like brush at the floor, make sure it's not one of those like there's a thin layer of snow covering ice, and then there's like a face of a giant underneath or something.
Unfortunately enough, you do not find the face of a giant underneath.
Okay. Akia just slowly backs out of the room.
At least
Yeah, follow the others out.
And the hag will say, I think the light is a little bit stronger over here. I have a problem, but now the hag sounds like Gaiman.
It really
New
seems like we're
Jersey,
going
New
the wrong
Jersey.
way.
She's a New
She was like
Jersey
Brooklyn.
She's a New Jersey hag. She has fake titties. She's saying that you guys should go this way. That's weird that's how I'm trying to get my voice.
So correct me if I'm wrong. From the divination that I had, it said to avoid the whispers, but the whispers were strongest in that room that we fought the wraith. Correct?
And the light is telling you to go this way.
Yeah, but that was the way that we had come originally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So then we're just gonna backtrack.
Yes.
And then
There's
go
another
this way.
path.
Yeah.
And the moonlight is strong here, and you hear no whispers.
Okay. Perfect.
So as you all begin to move forward, let me tell you what you see in front of you. Before you stretches a narrow stone bridge. Its surface is sheathed in a treacherous layer of ice. It arches over a deep chasm at the bottom of which lies a frozen river, glinting coldly in the dim light. No orc chasms yet.
Really? Again?
And as you all step out into this area, you see that the entire frozen river is now completely glowing and glinting with the cold light of your boon.
Move across.
Crossing this will require, unless you have boots of the Winterland, an acrobatics check to avoid falling off the bridge.
Does anyone have a rope?
Of course I do.
Yep.
And would cold weather gear, would that come with, it says it comes with boots. Does it?
Does it
Does
come with
that
the
help?
magical item Boots of the Winterlands? Unfortunately enough, it has to be
No.
the magical version.
Stupid cold weather gear.
We could attach a rope to both sides of the cavern. Something to hold on to might aid someone who give something to hold on to if you slip.
All right, I do have rope, and also I do have. Thing is, and those things about this, like, because you're trying to think, because like she's used Misty Step many times before, and everything on her has always, transported with her no problem. But now she's wondering if she were to, let's say, secure one end of the rope, let's say, to something on this side of the bridge, and like unravel it. Could she like teleport Misty Step with the rope? Would the rope still remain intact? Do you know what I mean?
I think it would remain here.
If we attach one end of the rope here, Alicia or I could just take the rope to the other side. We both have no issue crossing slick surfaces.
All right.
So who has a rope?
Well, I have some.
I'll
Alright.
take one end and walk across.
I'll hold on to the other end.
This
And
is
so
where I
we'll
imagine
make a little rope bridge.
this is where I imagine Gaiman's player would be, and I would be quoting the Boondock Saints, being like, "What do you need the stupid fucking rope for?"
All right. So attaching the rope to make your way across, whoever is going to be the rope master, you can give me a sleight of hand check to tie the rope to see if it is sufficient.
I don't think we're actually going to tie the rope. We're Akia is going to actively hold one end, and Alicia is going to actively hold the other end.
I got you. All right. So for the person crossing, you will have advantage on the acrobatics check.
All right. If no one else minds, I'll volunteer to go first. Hearing no objections, Lotus will step up, take firm hold of the rope, and then start making her way across. Go ahead and roll that.
A 19 is enough, so you are able to cross the path without slipping and falling off of the bridge.
All right.
All right, Gainman will go next. He will make acrobatics check. No issue. Gaiman is able to whoop his way across. Oh, sorry, Akia. I moved you. Did not mean to do that.
I think because they're following each other.
Yep. There we go. All right, Avalis, do you wish to cross through the rope bridge?
Oh, sure. What's the worst that can happen? If all else fails, he'll turn into a fish when he hits the water.
It's a frozen lake.
He'll turn into Walrus?
If Avalis,
An elephant
that would
seal?
be better.
if you fall, turn into something light, and Kumaku will pull you back up.
Oh, that's the hag. I guess I rolled her crap, not mine.
But you got a 17 on the die, so a 17 on the die is more than enough to get you across.
Wait, can't you transform into something that can fly?
I don't think I can do it yet. Oh wait, it's level 8. We're level 8? I think I can fly now.
I recall you flying us out of a cavern once.
As an owl. Yeah, I can totally have done that. But a 17 works. So I'll just pull the rope across.
He's like, I'm keeping my wild shapes until I absolutely need them. I'm not that druid from the D&D movie who could just wild shape at will.
Yeah, like 30
Yeah.
in like the span of a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun though.
That's true.
Does Hagatha need to make it, or does her sea slug slime let her slip across seamlessly?
Oh, that's a great question. She will, so we'll drop that. It's been long enough. And yeah, so she will have to roll. So she'll make a dex check here at advantage. All right. Look at that. She's able to get herself across the rope, no trouble.
Yay. We were able to keep both Avalis and Lotus from falling to their deaths. Good job, Team Rope.
I think they would have just fallen face first onto ice. So it was more of falling to embarrassment.
I mean, you guys keep forgetting I do have proficiency in acrobatics.
Yeah, but you rolled a 2. Without advantage.
True.
Yeah, it was a metagaming statement, but yeah. Akia will cross using the power of the ice knife dagger.
Oh, there you go. The ice knife dagger allowing you to move across the difficult terrain without being encumbered. Okay. You are now in this section of the cave. It feels oddly quiet.
This section looks lived in.
Alice will mention to Hagatha that if I get close to this hag, I can attempt to phase step away with the potential to frighten her if she's not immune to it. If that happens, I want you to look at her and use your death glare.
All right, I'll do it, she says.
Just meaning she'd have to be within 30 feet of her, basically.
Mhm.
That's all.
If it
Another
works,
reason
it'll be incredibly clutch.
It would be so cool. So, good thing oh, wait. I can't do that. Oh, wait, no. I'm still a Winter Eladrin. I just changed my Druid season to Arid, or my Druid land to Arid. That's right. Okay, so yeah, I can still do it.
Alicia, before we continue, I feel like we are getting very close. I'm afraid that I might be afraid of the hag and die. Would it be possible to get your blessing?
I only have one other 5th level spell slot.
Just remember, her thing works on you looking at her, so don't look at her.
I am way ahead of you on that.
I meant the first level blessing.
Oh, 1st level bless. Oh, I plan to put on bless on everyone. I do that every combat.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just saying it so that you didn't have to use a turn.
But it only lasts for a minute, so he could run out the clock if he wanted to.
Okay.
What kind of DM would do that?
I would. I would 100% do that.
Yeah. Is she monologuing to us? Damn it. Yeah.
So,
I guess it Oops, sorry.
Oh, continue. I was going to say, as you guys move forward, you see an interesting sight. It appears to be a campsite. Let me explain to you in full what you see in front of you. The remnants of a campfire blacken the floor of this cave, surrounded by the scattered detritus of an abandoned campsite. Among the ashes, you find or see remains of journal pages.
I know someone's already picked those up. Who wins the race between Alicia and Lotus to pick up the journal pages and start reading?
I'm more concerned of, is there anything else in this cavern room? So I'm kind of listening out for
Yes.
anything.
Yeah, Lotus would pick up the journal pages. Are they written in? Are they written in common?
And I'm going to just. They are written in the dwarvish script. You see that there are 3 pages that are still legible.
Well, Lotus does know Dwarvish.
The first page that you see, and the question is, Lotus, would you like to read the pages aloud that you see to the party? And would you like me to DM them to you? Or I post them into normal chat?
Lotus would read them aloud, so you can just go ahead and post them up for everybody.
All right, this is page 1.
Okay. The chill of these caves bites deeper than a winter wolf's fangs. I've set camp by what's left of a fire pit, the embers long cold. The walls here are etched with tales of old, scenes of towering frost giants wading through a river to a cavern, their final pilgrimage. I wonder, did they seek solace in the embrace of the hot springs waters, or was it a grave they sought in these depths?
There are 2 other pages. This is page number 2.
The wind here is a cruel bard singing tales of sorrow and loss. Wails like a morning window, a sound that could drive a stout heart to madness. I've wrapped my cloak tighter, but the cold seeps into the soul. I've heard tales of spirits that haunt these lands, but this is a lament of the earth itself.
And the final page that still appears to be legible and not burned.
There's a presence here. I'm certain of it now. Last night as the moon cast a pale light over the ice, I heard a melody, a granny's tune, soft and sweet. But the song turned sinister, ending in a cackle that sent shivers down my spine. That laughter, it's not the wind's doing. I'll leave it first light, for there are things in this world that even a dwarf's courage cannot withstand.
And that is all you find in the journals.
Well, seems like this hag's been here for quite some time from what this is saying.
Are any of those pages dated?
Let's take a look, and I'll show them to Alicia as well.
There appears to not be a date on the pages.
Hmm.
What I could say is I just hope that the soul that wrote these was able to escape here, but I don't hold out much hope, unfortunately.
Well, did say to avoid the whispers, and I guess you could say that a melody, a song, is such. Hmm.
And said that this fire pit was here before this dwarf.
So
They were
someone
not the first victim.
correct.
Perhaps that is it. Maybe it was put there as a bit of a trap by the hag as a way of luring in victims.
Lotus, are you able to scan this room for magic?
It's a good idea. So she'll tap the side of the Flavy mask and say, Flavy, help me with a magical scan of this room, please. And she'll sort of like turn her head around the room to assist.
Okay. As you begin scanning, roughly you guys have been now in the cave for an additional 20 minutes. So keeping track of things, you have about 30 minutes left on any of those items.
So has it been a total of an hour at least?
It has not been a total of an hour yet.
Okay, so I guess I would still have. Well,
Your guys' boons went away. Give me 1 second. Those boons should not have dropped off you.
While Lotus scans for magic, I'll search this sleeping bag in the fire pit.
Excellent. Lotus, your search comes up empty. You do not find any additional magic within the room. Akia, within the sleeping bag, you find the old remnants of human waste within the sleeping bag. Within the fire pit, you find burnt, cracked bones within it. I should say it's not human waste. It's probably dwarven waste.
humanoid ways.
Humanoid waste.
Is it can I tell how old it is?
You could give me a medicine check.
Do we have someone that's good at medicine?
Not me.
Alicia just looks at you.
Go ahead, sniff the poop.
Not sniffing poop. I'm looking at this this fire place or campfire over here.
I'm gonna take a stick from the fire pit and poke it. See if
Very
it's
dry.
turned.
Very dried out and just kind of crackly within.
Someone pooped in their bed.
Well, Akia, humanoids when they die tend to evacuate themselves.
But where did the body go with the poop just left there? Sorry, Avalanche is just cracking up because poop is funny.
And there are bones in the fire. But this appears to be the end of the passageway. Did the light continue into this room?
The light did not continue into the room. It continued down on into the icy floor below the frozen lake.
Ah, that makes sense.
We need to ask that question more often. I investigate the room for illusions.
So you said it
Okay.
continued down this way, correct?
Yes, so if you went down to the frozen lake, the moonlight that was present strengthened in its power.
Hmm.
How
How-
far down?
Yeah.
Do we know?
that's my question.
Yeah, can we tell how far down the frozen lake is from up here?
20
Oh.
feet.
I'm looking at it. Oh, Gaiman can just like lower us down. We can just hold on to Gaiman's arm. He can just lower us down. We can just I don't, we can just all jump, and I could give us all parachutes.
You have featherfall?
Yes.
That could work. It's not
Yeah, if
it
you got
will
enough, you
work.
got enough for everybody, sure. I mean, I hate to sound something, but it's like I don't want to burn a spell slot if I don't have to.
I mean, I don't want us just slipping and sliding all over the place. But like 20 feet's
2d6?
Yep, 2d6.
Yeah, it's 2d6. That's like 1, 2.
I mean, on
It's like-
average, it's 7 damage, but it could also be 12.
Yeah, I mean but that's like 10d6 damage avoided is 10d6 damage healed, so says Benjamin Franklin.
But didn't he also say, I like old women from France that are filled with syphilis?
I don't know if he said that.
Also, it's like, all this talk of like, oh, it's not that much damage, it's like, and Lotus being this bushy spellcaster just glares at you.
All right,
yeah,
I say
can
we
go.
all jump, and I cast Featherfall as we all jump down. If everybody's down for that.
Yep.
Oh, Alicia already jumped. Everybody jump.
All right, Lewis just takes a deep breath and, yep, jump.
The Gaiman would look and say, aim for the bushes, at no one in particular, and then jump.
Little tiny black Kimiku's swarm out of Akia and attach to everyone, and little parachutes pop out for 10 feet.
All right, you all land on the ice. It feels very slippery down here because it is a frozen lake. If you do not have Boots of the Windlands or another way to move here with safely, you will be slipping and sliding, and it won't be very comfortable.
Alicia,
Everyone
should
hold
we-
on to a rope, and I will just walk and drag them along.
I'll hold on to the other end of the rope, so we've got like a bolo thing going on.
Just move slowly.
All right. For this, I am going to need a check from Alicia, as Alicia is now pulling hundreds of pounds of weight behind her, with everyone holding on to her.
sliding.
So Alicia, so that there isn't any accidents with your rope pulling strategy. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into a rope pushing strategy. Hey, yeah, you'll. I don't know if they make enough pills for that. Give us either an acrobatics or athletics check, as you have become the party's workhorse.
This is gonna be fun. I'll tag myself with guidance. Here comes athletics.
Okay. And what's your guidance?
This session's fun.
All right.
I'll before you announce how that goes, I'll throw, because I'm assisting, I'll throw in a thing.
An overclock?
Yeah.
All right, give us the overclock.
So it adds what? Plus 4?
Yeah, adds 4.
Okay, with a 14, your guys' trick goes off without a hitch as Alicia is slowly dragging everyone behind her at an equidistance. No one is doing anything crazy, so if you guys all want to follow behind Alicia, you can.
My strength magically enhanced by my gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
Does the lights go towards here?
So as you guys head over here, the light is kind of leading you in this direction. You see something very interesting. And let me describe to you what you see. You see that the river has kind of tumbled in this area and has frozen into this kind of sheet of ice that potentially leads downward. It looks like it's almost like a waterfall sort of situation. Lodged within it seems to be rocks and various other items that seem to have become stuck in the frozen sheet of water ahead of you.
As I can walk freely, I will move over gently and just see if I can see what items are all stuck there.
You see within the ice sheet ahead of you, there seems to be several packs that appear to have become frozen within the water. Backpacks and all sorts of stuff that meets that description.
It seems that a great number of personal effects were lost here.
I'll pull everyone to dry land so that they don't have to be slipping and sliding and whatnot. But it doesn't seem like we can continue down this way, right? Down this waterfall path?
Yes, there is a frozen sheet of ice that you would potentially have to almost climb over to continue down that path.
Okay, but the light doesn't head that in direction. It heads into the right path.
That is
right
correct.
Passage. Okay.
Kumaki will check to see if anything's loose.
On the ice sheet?
Yeah, it'll just be like tugging on some stuff.
All right, as he tugs on the stuff, I need to put you all into initiative. So here's what happens. The Kumikyu finds a ice pack, like a strap from one of the packs, and begins to pull on it. Pull, pull, pull. There is a cracking noise, and it breaks. And out of the pack, a water elemental shoots out of it. And there's this like cascade of breaking, and 4 more water elementals shoot out of it, racing towards your party.
Oh.
Give me one moment and I'll put those on the map and we will start the fight.
This sounds very familiar. How the last fight started.
Hey, no shade. We all love each other.
Oh, QQ.
It's okay. I have a player in one of my games that can't resist opening every chest, reading every book, looking at so I know exactly
The
how to get her.
content,
Yeah.
the content is there
I must investigate everything.
And you know,
it's missed content otherwise. You're missing out.
The DM put it there on purpose to do something with, right? He's trying to do something to us.
I'm gonna start calling it Kia FOMO 13.
Fear of missing out 13.
Well, in this case, I was thinking more like Kumakyu being like, like a cat. Just see something, just starts bapping at it. It's just like this time, so it's like, oh, you bap at it. Now we got water elementals.
That's how you get water elementals. Do you want water elementals?
Hey, you got to be lucky because with a cat, it could have been cat urine elementals, and you don't want those.
Who pisses on a stove? Honestly.
Oh my gosh, I've told you guys about that, right?
Yeah.
This morning, I came out to a nice brown curly one on the stove.
This morning?
Yeah, there was.
No.
It was okay. It's fine. It's okay.
Mhm.
All right, natural 20 on initiative.
Okay, so in total, there is 5 water elementals that appear. So let me place those down on the map. But good news, if you guys want to easily get down the waterfall, you now can.
I guess that's good if we need to make a quick exit later for some reason.
Yeah, why would you guys need to do that? So look, I'm just going to grab these water elementals. I'm going to roll them in. And after I roll them in, I need to grab a drink. So, okay, rolling them in. And I will be back in 1 minute. I need to grab a drink.
Whoopsies. Does anyone have lightning ball?
I
To
do
lightning
not.
ball them?
However, I do have fireball and I do have transmute spell.
And I am back, everyone. I had to get my drink. I know you might have heard my can pop. No, it is not Cold Course Light.
Well, I would hope not. I figured you'd have better taste than that.
Oh,
PBR.
man,
You heathens!
They only give blue ribbon to first place.
God damn. If there's not a better reason to drink PBR, I don't know if there's it. I did find out back in the day that PBR has been sold to a Russian conglomerate, so it's no longer even an American-owned beer. I thought that was kind of an interesting factoid. Okay, everyone. I need to roll us into a different sort of combat music. Give me 1 moment. As I'm doing that, I wanted to tell you guys, tomorrow in my CrossFit Kit class I'm coaching, the workout we're doing is called Hulk Hands.
Hook hands?
Hulk Hands.
Oh,
Like
Hulk
the
hands.
Like Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
Yes.
I heard hook hands.
So I'm very excited for it.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut their hands off at the start of the workout. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so let's see who has won here. It looks like it is Lotus. Lotus, these water elementals all shoot out after Kumakyu has broken the waterfall.
All right. So, after the advice from one of the others here, I'm going to go ahead and do. All right. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to charge up Fireball, but before I do, I'm going to go ahead and spend a sorcery point here. Let me grab this. and do transmute spell. So it's like you see the large ball of arcane fire appearing in Lotus's hand. It's like, Flavy, transmute from fire to lightning.
Beginning transmutation. Transmutation complete. Electricity charged.
And you see the flame would change to ball of lightning. And let me go ahead and set that off here. Let's go ahead and do it at level 3. Okay. I can get all of them. The rub is if I do, Kumaku is going to be in there. It's up to you. If you want me to, I can reposition it. It's fine.
It'll be all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I can repair Kumaku.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and toss it over here. Doop, and I'll get all of them. And, ooh, 38, nice. So DC 17 dex save for 38 lightning.
All right, they will make a dex save. Okay. The first one fails, taking 38 points of lightning damage. They are not affected by lightning in particular, but they are bloodied.
Looks like all of them failed.
Incoherent, yeah, they all failed, so they all are going to take 38 points of lightning damage.
All right, that's still some good damage, though.
That is very good damage, as they
All
are
right,
now
I'll go ahead
all
and,
bloody.
all right, so, here, I'll go ahead and delete template there.
Oh man, that one of the blood spots on them. There we go.
All right, cool. All right, so I went ahead and burned the sorcery point. See, it's here. It's like, all right, guys. I softened them up for you. So I'll just go ahead and just bop down this way a little bit. Whoop. That game came along with me there.
Oh yeah. Where was he roughly at?
Yep,
About there.
yep, that's good. Yep. All right. I still want to be able to see the action. I don't want to risk going down. I don't know where anyone else is, so I'll hang here, and they all took the damage, so they all got a chance to steal unless someone else grabs it.
Yes. They will steal, starting with Insidious. Insidious strangely looks like a mixture of Darth Maul and someone covered in lipstick. And it will begin moving this direction towards Avalus. Avalus. It rushes towards you, a swirling torrent of water. And it is going to attempt to slam you. That is a 20.
Oh, that just hits.
So
Even
it's
with the
Because the repulsion shield adds a 1, right? So my 18
Yep.
becomes a 19. So yeah, it hits me.
So the water slams into a fist and just punches Avalus right in the chest. And it just... this huge impact, and that is it. Avalus, would you like to steal?
Yep. Avalus is going to... let's see. I don't have anything that isn't a ranged cantrip with this current. I guess I can cast Shillelagh.
that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, and then I can bamf out of there. All right.
You
So,
wouldn't be able to, 'cause that's a bonus action.
oh, your Shillelagh is a bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah, Shillelagh and your Misty Something are both bonus actions.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
this is
okay.
4E where you can trade your action for a minor
Right.
action.
You keep putting me in melee, Caleb.
It's not my fault. It's these water elementals.
Mm-hmm. I do I call lightning and just say fuck you all up? I don't have lightning bolt anymore. That sucks. I could cast fireball on everybody. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cast fireball.
All right, these creatures will make a save. All right, it looks like all but one fail. Now, these creatures are resistant to fire, or because they are made of water. So Insidious will take 15. It is still up. Incoherent will take 15. It is still up. Erroneous takes 15. Hearty will take 15. And then
Don't blame me. The hag told me to take fire spells.
Hilarious will take a quarter damage. So they are all still up, but they are looking pretty frazzled at the moment.
Okay, and then I will bonus action phase step, and the one in front of me will need to make a wisdom save, I believe. Yeah.
It fails, and it is going to be frightened.
And I'm going to move 10 more feet and let Lotus be a meat shield for me.
Yes, let your squishy sorcerer be the meat shield. Yes, perfect plan.
Hilarious is going to steal. Hilarious is going to take advantage of its water form, and it's going to enter the space of Akia. Akia, it's technically in your space, but for ease of moving our tokens around, it's just going to be here.
Okay.
All right, it is going to attempt to whelm you. Okay, so you are in its space. Can you give me a strength save? And that DC should be a 16. I know it says 14, but it is a 16.
Okay, I'm gonna use my Vaxpiration.
Alrighty.
Is that a D8?
It is a D8 until you guys hit level 10. All right, you are successful. You are not drawn in. You can be pushed out of the elemental space.
Alright, I'll be pushed out this way, I guess.
Yep, so it's technically here, as it was trying to get in and suck you into it. All right, it'll continue to pass to its bad boys. Erroneous is up. Let's see here. Erroneous. It's going to attempt to do the same maneuver to Alicia. So, Alicia, it is going to go in and try to whelm you. And that is a 15. DC is a 16.
I'll burn my Vaxpiration.
Doing so, you are successful. You can get pushed out. If you choose.
Back.
Excellent. As it tried to get in there. All right, it'll pass to Hearty. All right, Hearty.
Is it all or nothing damage?
It's all. If you get pulled in, that's when the damage starts to deal. If you don't get pulled in, it's no damage.
All right.
So Hearty moves up to here. It sees there's a target in front of it, and it is just going to attempt to slam our dear Lotus. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'm going to reaction. Warring flare that.
All right, I'll roll a new d20. The new d20 is a 3. So instead of being a 23 a hit, it is now a 11, which would miss on our dear Lotus. So Lotus, you're saved by your ally, Alicia. So we'll use your reaction. All right, and then last but not least, Incoherent. Hold on. There's a witch in the wardrobe there. So what it will do, it'll actually move to here. It's going to water form on Akia, and it is going to one more time try to suck our friend Akia into its belly. So here's a whelm for Akia. Oh, that's a natural 20. You succeed. All right.
All right.
They will go ahead and... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that I will be pushed out to here.
Oh, there you go. And then they'll pass to you.
All right. I will... I believe this is at disadvantage. I believe this is at disadvantage. I'm going to fire a lightning launcher at it because I think that's... Well, actually... I've got a free hand. I'm going to... They're probably, like, immune or resistant to this, but I'm going to try it anyway so it won't be a disadvantage. I'm going to grab the ice knife and try to shank it.
I gotcha. A 9 will miss. A 25 will hit. How do you finish off Incoherent?
All right. Well, it's a water elemental being stabbed with an ice knife, so it becomes an ice statue.
Absolutely. And when that happens, it freezes. These creatures do not take cold damage very well at all.
Hey guys, these things do not take cold damage very well at all.
Mm-hmm.
And,
All right, yeah, you control it.
I will pass to Gaiman.
Game in the Glaive will say, "Hey, you get away from her, you bitch!" And he will run at this hearty water elemental.
Gaiman's been trying to use those ice scythes for so long. And he's had the worst luck trying to get those ice knives to do something cool.
Well, that time it did something cool. As he hit the hearty elemental, and it is destroyed. He will then move over here. Sorry to steal your thunder. And he'll stab another one. And a third. I don't know why he has advantage. He should not have advantage. So that is just a natural one. And so he misses. However, he will pass to Alicia.
All right. I will move to here. These two are still standing, so Alicia will pull their holy symbol and kind of show it as it bursts in the radiance of lights as they also say a word of radiance.
Mm-hmm.
So I need them to make con saves.
Oh, damn. They will attempt the con save.
Jesus.
They both make it.
Well, nothing happens. Bonus action. Fuck. I'll just throw out a Scalar. Number of hit dice, senses, and actions.
Okay, so these creatures are pretty basic. They've got a slam attack, and they've got a whelm attack, which you have seen. They have a really good perception score. They have dark vision. And I'm going to throw you a freebie here because you guys know this now because of the cold damage. They actually take double damage from cold.
Alright. Then I will pass to the Sea Hag.
All right, Avalis, your sea hag is up.
So this one's frightened, so she's going to look at... Oh, it's because her death glare doesn't say humanoid. It just says frightened creature. So she's going to death glare at it. It's a very low wisdom save, but it's still possible it could fail.
It does.
Oh, it is instantly dropped to 0 hit points.
It does. As
That was pretty badass.
The water elemental just dies.
Well, Avalis has demonstrated the technique he wants to use on the hag.
Mhm.
He's going to do that again.
We just have to perfectly set this up. If it happens, it will be perfect.
Do we control into next round, or?
Yes, you do, because that creature cannot steal because it's dead.
She'll pass to Akia.
All right, Akia, you're up. There are some water elementals in and around you.
All right, Akia is going to try and stab with this one with an ice knife since it works so well.
A 13 is enough to hit this creature. And it does take double damage. And it is destroyed.
All right, I'll continue to step around and attack the next one.
Your 15 also hits, and this creature only had 1 hit point left, so it is destroyed. And as I'm looking around, looks like there are no water elementals left. They are all broken, frozen, destroyed things on the ground. And that will take us back to our exploration music.
I'll go over to Kumakyu's heart and pick it up.
Thump, thump, thump. No longer beating strong. Players, does anyone react to this act or the actions that just took place over the last roughly 18 seconds?
Modus does look a little forlorn about, what she did, but she'll just sort of like lean back against the wall of ice, and as usual, when she's trying to sort out her thoughts, she'll take out a cigarette and just snap prestidigitation and light it and just take a long drag.
Is QMQ repairable? I'm not sure how these things work. Does it need
Yes.
healing?
It. N- no, I believe that Kumakyu is past that point right now. It will take me a while to rebuild its body.
As Louis lets out a drag, said, "Well, since I was responsible, if you want, Kia, I could help you with that."
I don't blame you, but I will still accept your help.
Of course, of course. I tell you what, I think Watto might know a bit more. I've seen him looking at mechanical diagrams. He can help us out as well. Perhaps it might help with, you might not take as long with all of us working together.
I'll look to see what Kumakyu was pulling on.
You see that there are 2 packs that have fallen to the ground.
It seems Kumakyu found something. Now I am torn. If we don't see what Kumakyu found, then its inquisitiveness will have gone to waste. But our inquisitive nature has also led to 3 traps so far, if you count the explosion and the cold ghost as separate traps.
Well, it is the unfortunate side effect of being inquisitive.
Maybe we should be careful about poking around the lair of the hag. Not saying there's any faults, it's just this place is very dangerous, as we have seen.
I agree with your statement, but that does beg the question, where then can you poke around?
Maybe once we've dealt with the hag, we can explore this place in relative safety. It seems it still has some sort of importance to this region. We just need to kick out its current occupant.
Then it will be the lair of a very large wolf. Better?
I think that's a far better occupant than the current one.
Probably.
But since it already unveiled, what do these bags hold? As we look at them.
Absolutely. The first bag you find contains something you might need in the future. It is a miner's pick, just in case. Akia, would you like me to put the miner's pick on your character sheet? It is, as described, a pick that you would use to do for mining. It is also an explorer's pick.
If it doesn't drive me over my weight limit,
Oh, the
which
Explorer's
it
Pack
very well
definitely
might.
did.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to physically carry it.
But it also has 10 torches and 10 days of rations in there, so maybe you don't need it all.
Ah, yes, I do not eat.
How much room does Gaiman have? Big strong boy.
Gaiman has a lot, so I will give him the Explorer's Pack.
Big strong boy.
Just in case. You never know when you're going to need a bedroll, a mess kit, tinderbox, torches, rations, water skin, some more rope. Gaiman can now make a pillow for it with all of the stuff that he has. The second pack has something probably more useful. You see that it contains 5 potions of healing.
The previous owner could have used these.
Are they just regular or other variety?
They are the normal variety.
Okay.
Potions of healing. How would you all like to split up those potions of healing?
Yeah, probably one for each.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
So there's 5, right?
There is 5.
Yeah, like one for each. So I'll just increase my count.
Just regular potions?
That's correct.
Okay.
And Gaiman, reviewing the footage, Gaiman had already given me a potion of greater healing from those 5 that he bought, and then got confused and thought that he only bought 4, and then tried to hand me out 1 again. So he should. I am deleted 1 out of my inventory, and he should be back up at 2.
Okay, I can adjust that on his sheet. So he should have 2 potions of greater healing. And how are you all going to divvy out the potions you just found?
Everybody gets 1.
Yeah.
Everybody gets 1? All right, I will give.
Has it been an hour total?
You guys are looking at roughly 40 minutes at this point.
Okay, we got the hag for 20 more then.
Akia, I can certainly understand you wanting to be cautious about being inquisitive. I mean, in a way, my inquisitive nature is what led me here. It's how the mind flayers were able to find me when I was able to isolate myself away from my friends and family.
You must always read the terms and conditions.
She chuckles. It's like, well, not just that. It's, the day I was taken was on the eve of a celebration on my world known as Christmas. And I had gotten into an argument with my mother, and then when I went to go to a work party, I'd gotten a text message on my Weave phone. Someone had noticed I'd been investigating an abandoned warehouse and some suspicious activity going on inside, and had invited me to give me the big scoop. And, well, I, like an idiot, decided to go by myself. And as I was looking outside, that's when I got ambushed.
Well, if you ever figure out how to determine when to be inquisitive and when it is too dangerous, let me know.
She'll give you a bit of a grin and take a long drag from her cigarette. It's like, oh, Kia, I'll tell you this. During my journalistic career, I haven't learned it yet, but if I do during my time here, I will certainly let you know.
I think it depends on the scenario.
Remind me to tell you the story later of union boss I was interviewing with, and he had a gun pointed at me the whole time.
What's a gun? Wait, hold on. Is that a firearm?
Yes. They're actually quite common on my world, though honestly I've never touched one.
Oh, they're quite rare in Faerun on the Sword Coast.
I've never seen someone's arm made of fire before either.
DM, do we hear any cackling coming from up ahead?
You're welcome, Lex.
It
You
is at roughly 1% cackles at the moment. The moonlight is very strong in your current position, leading you to where you need to go.
Oh, I see something up ahead. Oh, I see a lot of something up ahead.
It's like, is that blood?
Yes.
Should we try to rest before continuing further?
I don't know if we're going to be able to get that off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can really find a safe place to do that here.
I think the moment we stepped inside here, we were known.
Remember, don't look at her.
Get up
As you say that, Lotus immediately turns away.
I'll
I
get
wonder.
to this corner and try and listen out for anything.
Sure. And let me tell you what you can kind of see from your viewpoint. Ascending the rough-hewn stairs, you can see a macabre gallery under the pale gaze of the light that you are following. The air is thick with the iron tang of fresh blood. The floor is a mosaic of death. Bones from creatures great and small, the remains of unfortunate souls, their last moments marked by violence. That is what you can see from your current viewpoint.
Like, try and listen out for anything that may be around here.
Absolutely. You can give me an active perception check. The cackling has been turned up to a 5%. And as you are looking around, you can see that there is something that you can't quite make out all of it from your current position, is encased in ice in this position here.
Careful as we advance.
Something encased in ice again. It might be another one of those traps.
So as you guys get to there, you see the creature that is encased in ice is beginning to move. It is starting to shake free of the bonds, but it hasn't shaken completely out of him. As it's beginning to stand,
Take a step back.
this is the creature that you are seeing and that is trying to shake itself free of the bonds. It is roughly 15 feet tall, carrying a giant axe. Initiative has not yet been called for.
We all get
it
behind
is-
Gaiman.
Pretty much.
Do you guys all freeze and spot, or do you try to continue to move? It has about 12 seconds before it breaks out of the ice.
I don't believe it is good to rush ahead. We
I will
might get
just-
trapped
Well-
between two things.
Yeah, I agree.
I will just look down this passageway and see if there's anything I can make out before I try and reposition myself.
You can't see anything from out of that passageway, but you do know that the cackling, if I had to put a number on it, is roughly at 25% at the moment.
Okay. Alright, well then I'm going to stay here and keep a watch out from that side as I see this thing starting to animate. This big old undead boy.
All right, the skeleton fully stands up. It flexes its muscles, and all of the ice that was on it falls off. It cracks its neck bones, which sounds like a chorus of snapping and crackling and just ickiness. And it's going to roll itself into initiative. As it looks to you all with the face of something saying, you've came to the wrong neighborhood. Roughly, this creature is 15 feet tall. And let's roll it in. All right, it got a 20 on its initiative, so if you guys would like to also roll in. So far, so good for you guys.
What? A good initiative? What the fuck is this? Apparently I can only roll well on initiative checks.
There we go. As we're all rolling in, let me get some music going here. I watched for my final horror movie of spooky season. I watched Pet Cemetery, and I was like, "This is a creepy movie."
Old or new?
I have seen the old one, so I decided to watch the new one, and I was kind of sad. It wasn't as good. So you know, in the original one, how the toddler gets like zombified.
Yeah, little Gage.
So instead, they made his older sister get zombified, which I thought was fine. You know what? I'm spoilering, so I'll talk to you about this one later.
Okay.
I'm spoilering.
I
Some
think
people
they
might
were-
want to see it.
I think they're making a series on Apple Plus. I'm not sure if
Oh,
I saw
yeah,
that
you're right.
correctly, but yeah, I
You're
saw.
right.
I saw something about Pet Cemetery something.
Yeah,
and it was
there's
like
a Pet Cemetery series out now. Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. Stephen King's like, I'm just rolling in money over here, everybody. Just give me all your money. All right, Alicia, you see that this frost giant skeleton has awoken.
My eyes glisten as I see undead. He's a big boy undead. How many of these do I have? Okay. I'm going to target him and yeah, sure. I'm gonna do Channel Divinity for Turn Undead. I need to make a Wisdom save.
All right, here we go. Wisdom saving throw.
Come on, Caleb, let me have something this session.
It gets a 19.
All right. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, nothing happens.
It looks at you and it flexes its gigantic bones.
Just look down at my holy symbol. It's like, why the fuck am I even wearing this anymore?
Start hitting it.
Okay.
Shaking it, the batteries must be dead.
Apparently. This is a big boy. I'm going to bonus action. This is a big boy. I'm gonna bonus action use my once for casting of Shield Faith on myself. And hope for the fucking best. I will pass to Gaiman so he can get his rage going.
Absolutely. Gaiman says, "You're pretty big. I fought bigger." And he will rage. And I will make him rage. And he will grow larger. As a bonus action, he will rush forward to get into the melee with the creature. He runs forward, carrying Lucille.
He does not actually have Lucille on him.
He does not do that. He looks at the thing and he will attack.
He goes through his golf bag of items.
The iron fire poker. And he just poof, reveal as he just poof, hits this thing with the iron poker. And you guys have learned something about this creature. It takes double damage from bludgeoning.
Nice.
And Gaiman says, "Oh, how about that then?" And then he whacks him again. And he whacks him for 20 points of damage. He says, "I got him on the ropes, everyone." And the Frost Giant is going to steal. Going once, twice, and sold. The Frost Giant is going to stare at Gaiman and do a technique here. It's going to use its freezing stare. All right, freezing stare for Gaiman. All right, let's see if Gaiman can do a Constitution save.
Makes sense.
Okay, on the nubbin. That is going to be it for the Frost Giant for the moment. It gains its one Paragon action for now, and it will pass to Avalis.
Oh man, Avalis is gonna look at it and realizes most of his spells are concentration, and he has to keep concentration on another spell. So he's gonna just see what a firebolt will do. $21.
Does 70 points of damage.
Yeah, it's because I took that elemental thingy mastery.
And you're above 5th level. So here we go. A 21 hits. The giant takes normal damage from fire.
All right, good enough. That's not bad. He'll pass to the hag and just tell her to dodge.
All right. The Frost Giant is going to use its Paragon power. It is going to multi-attack. And it is going to attempt Great Axe the first. It wasn't a critical hit because it wasn't reckless or anything like that. And then... All right, a 22 hits. Gaiman for 17. Once again, wishing it was that gnarly critical. So you passed to the hag. The hag is dodging.
And yeah, we'll pass to Lotus.
Lotus.
All right. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably kind of controversial here, but I don't think this skeleton dude seems very smart. So, alright. Let's go ahead and see if I can get a debuff in here. Help us out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and wind up and chuck my Knuckleball, aka Tasha's Mind Whip, at it. That'll be level 2 spell slot.
Why do you put such emphasis on the H?
Mind Whip. DC 17 intelligence save.
All right, here we go. Only gets an 8.
Fail. So it takes 10 psychic. Let's see here. On its next turn, it can only move, action, or bonus action. Only one.
Okay.
All right. Still don't. I'll just go ahead and step back a little bit, just because I do not like the idea of being near this thing, but don't want to risk going anywhere we haven't yet. So I'll just hang here and then pass to Akia.
All right, Akia.
Maybe we can reason with it?
It just tried to take off Gaiman's head. I don't think it's worth trying to reason with.
Alright. Is it wearing any metal armor?
No,
Yeah.
it's all bones and furs and scraps of leathers.
Okay. Don't got anything super crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire just in this little square here.
Okay, it needs to make a dex save. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. And then I will pass to who wants it?
I can take it.
Okay, I'll pass to Alicia.
Alrighty, we will give it to Alicia here at the start of round 2.
I'll move just a tad closer and attempt to fire out the conviction. Hey, it's takes radiant damage.
That is a hit.
All right,
It is bloodied.
and Gaiman gets 5 temp HP. Bonus action. I'll throw a scouter at it. Why not? This thing's
There we go.
undead. Yeah. Just to confirm.
That is, this creature has the blind sight, and it has an enormous amount of hit dice.
Figured. All right. That is it. It's probably gonna steal.
That is correct. So here it comes. The Frost Giant. Okay. The Frost Giant is gonna kind of move like this. It sees that it's got a plethora of targets around it.
Can't it only move, take an action, or a
Oh
bonus?
yeah, so it's gonna move, and that'll be it for now, because it just wants to move into position, and then at the end of its turn, Tasha's would be over.
That's correct.
So it'll pass to Avalis.
All right. Avalis doesn't like anything closing on him, So he's gonna very bravely reposition. I think that's 30 feet, and he's gonna shoot another firebolt. Ooh, not so good. Can I expiration that?
You could. A 13 will not hit, though. So adding the expiration, we'll see.
16?
A 16 hits the creature for 21.
And I will pass to Gaiman.
All right. The creature will go ahead and use a Paragon Power to use a multi-attack. It is going to start by launching one Great Axe attack at our friend Akia.
That hits.
For just a light 10 damage. And then it'll send one at Gaiman. That is a critical hit on Gaiman.
Warding Flare. Oh, whoops, did not mean to hit that one.
All right, I will roll an additional d20. All right, that will make it just a regular hit.
Yep, as long as it's not a crit.
And that will just deal half the normal damage. So, boom, boom. And let's see. So, Avalis, I am sorry, which of our party members were you passing to?
Oh, I passed to the glaive.
Okay, Gaiman says, "Oh, this skeleton is getting on my nerves." And he will target. He's got his iron fire poker. He will poke once. Doing double damage. And then he will poke again. With that, he smashes the creature into the ground, turning it into a fine bone dust.
I kind of expected more.
Ooh. Well, skeletons are weak to the smash.
Also, I believe Lotus stopped it from attacking earlier.
That is...
Yes, my it's the effect of my curveball. You know, beans you on the side of the head, so you're not really thinking straight.
As you stare about the room, you see, once again, it is filled with fresh blood from your own wounds, but from what appear to be other bodies that are not here. As this place is an ossuary, almost devoted to the study and collection of bones.
At least there's no poop in this room.
So seeing the blood, it's like, I think this might belong to those folks from the boat.
Possibly. Would I need to roll an active medicine to be able to kind of determine how long this blood seems to have been here?
What is your
Passive
passive?
would be 18.
With an 18, you know that the blood that is currently here definitely came from a fresh corpse, and judging by the amount of blood here, there was either one person that was completely drained of their blood, or many people.
We may have multiple bodies here, but it seems like it's not from too long ago. It could very well be those people who were from that boat. Seems they were maybe abducted a couple days ago, so that would line up.
Hit myself with another cure wounds. tiny heals.
I did still have one from before, and now we just got one, so I may as well go ahead. I'll go ahead and chug one of my basic healing potions. Just top myself off.
That's a very below the healing potion. Well, I guess we can proceed onwards. It must be further in, though it doesn't seem like a blood trail is heading inward. So something must have just occurred in this room and then the body's removed. Up. There's stairs that head to the right. Does the light head in a particular direction from here?
The light takes you down, and not on the map, but there is a giant trail of blood leading down these stairs.
Ah, okay. Well, down the stairs it looks like.
Deeper into the spider's web, I imagine. That was a metaphor.
God.
So as you make your way down the stairs, I'm going to quickly hit a couple buttons. The first is the pause button to tell you all what you are seeing in front of you. You see a decrepit old woman. Stirring a large cauldron in front of her. There is a large box next to her filled with the numerous body parts of 4 fishermen. The area is saturated with red blood. The woman is currently feeding into the bubbling stew pot. The long, sinuous intestines from the box. Her cackling and laughing is at 100% here. As she looks up to you all, she says, "Took you long enough to get here. Are you all ready for your sample of mother's milk?" As she drops her coat to reveal the heavily muscled arms and body underneath. And I will take us back to the start page, as you will start your encounter with Maud Chiselbone in our next session.
We brought our own hag to a hag fight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Woo!
Yeah, you're right at about 10 minutes left of that too. So right on the cuff here.
Let's see some 2 hags go at it.
At first, I thought the ladies was a busier, yes. Mhm, mhm.
It's like,
If you
all
look at
right, I
the-
want a
if you
good,
look at the
clean fight.
picture.
No hitting below the waist.
Yeah, we can look at that again.
See the
Yeah.
ladles; they look like a bra top. I was like, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So there is another thing that you see kind of floating about next to the hag. You see a floating ball of light next to her. Awesome. Well, I hope that you guys had fun in this session, as we had some mini combats, we had some puzzles, we had some other kind of cool stuff. And Akia, I have the magical item from the other room that you haven't really dug into yet.
Yeah, I have not I've not had 10 minutes to cast Identify on it.
Mm-hmm. And we're going into the fight a little bit depleted, but you know what? That's okay. You guys are going to do great. We won't have to talk about it next week, but come up here in a couple of weeks. There is kind of a holiday section of days, so we'll have to kind of think about what we got going on. And we're quickly coming up on a calendar year of playing this game of Rime of the Frostmaiden with one another, which is pretty cool. That we've been meeting up for almost a year, hanging out, playing D&D, going on this adventure through the lands of Icewind Dale.
Eating the pizza.
Eating the pizza, fighting the monsters. In your guys' first fight, you fought a couple of zombies, and now you're fighting a hag who's got a big old handful of organs, a floating ball. You just beat up a frost giant skeleton.
Yeah.
My, how
Yep.
things have changed in the year.
That art bothers me.
What part of
Oh,
this could
it's
possibly
serving its
bother you?
intended purpose then, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it the foot, the severed foot that's in the box, or the severed head?
I'd say for me, it's really like the long trailing intestines that's doing it.
She's just
It's-
making a nice old pot of pasole to feed to the people of 10 towns.
It's just feeding the sausage into the stew.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, I
Is
hope you guys.
Gibby heaving?
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
We were watching. What made me heave today? We were watching the Chucky series, it's actually really good. But there's a scene where someone gets voodoo controlled by a voodoo doll, and they start using a vegetable peeler on their own hand, and they start like peeling off the skin of their hand, and that got me. I was like, ooh, that's kind of gross.
Oof.
Like I didn't expect that anything from the show so far would get me, but that got me. Well, guys, I'm gonna head to bed. I got coach some CrossFit in the morning. I'm teaching them Hulk hands, so I'm super excited. I hope that you guys have a good week. I'll be active in the Discord. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.
Oh, that's terrible, Marcus.
What did Marcus do?
I'm sorry, that was an
Here.
accident.
Oh, you were saying the peeler thing, and they did the raise the hand thing.
I
and
am
it
so
was-
sorry. That was completely unintentional.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm heading to bed. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.
Yep.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks for running, and thanks everyone for tuning in. We do have Extra Life that will be running for 25 hours in a few hours. So yeah, I'm gonna have that running on this channel, so that's gonna be fun. And I'm going to go to bed, so I am not a complete wreck for it. So I'll see you guys later.
All right, good game. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Night.